Should we just start with the team news to get that one done? Who have you got and who haven't you got? Probably the haven't you got is probably quite a long list.
So obviously we picked up some injuries last week, as everybody saw, players walking off. So I don't want to put definite times on how long they're going to be out for, but obviously it wasn't great last week. So no players returning. Scott McKenna was back on the bench last week, so that's a positive. So he's had another week's training, and I guess a little bit closer to starting games. But yeah, it's not an ideal situation, but not one that we're going to dwell on, because obviously the most important thing at the moment is trying to improve results, and we have to always focus on the guys that can play in the next game. So that's where we're at.
It's obviously been a difficult few weeks. How much is this weekend about just parking that, getting back home where you have been strong, and saying, listen, 8 games left, let's go from here?
It's exactly that. You put it as it is. And the objective hasn't changed in terms of what we want to achieve this year. We've made it slightly more difficult, of course, because of the recent results. There's no hiding away from that. But it was always going to be a challenge, to reach them objectives. So, we're still on that journey of trying to do it, whatever it needs. We've got to give even more, whether it's how we play, how we believe, work rate, confidence, togetherness, everything that we need to win a football match. We've got to give more, and that's where we're at. We are had a long wait since Villa to this game on the weekend. Still a couple of days, but it's one that I know that the guys are determined to do well in, and that's all we can do is prepare as best we can, and like I said, really really back ourselves to give everything we can to get the result that we all want, everybody wants.
How much is the next few weeks then about that resilience and mental toughness? And from what you've seen, have you got the characters that heads won't drop, because now's the time you need them not to?
Well, listen, we've been in a difficult situation before this season, and we've never been too far away from it, even when league tables might have suggested otherwise. We've always been a couple of sets of results from good or bad, if you like, and but we've been in what looked like a difficult situation before. We managed to pull away, so we've got to do that again. I'm not seeing a lack of confidence. I'm definitely not seeing a lack of effort. Nobody's hiding away from the challenge. It's one that we're facing head on. We need to do better, of course, and that's the pride and the the belonging that we've got at the club. But in the end, match days are the key, and we've got to make sure that they're the most important days, and they're the days where we deliver the most. And starts with me, of course, and then the players. We all want to take responsibility. There's a real keenness for players wanting to be in the team, and if not, coming off the bench and wanting to make a difference. It's I'm not seeing any negativity. Frustration, disappointment after results where we felt we should or could have done better, but I'm seeing a real determination, and we got to use that to be at our best on match days.
Just finally from me, a bit of noise about your third sporting director since you came up. Is that something you probably could have done without this week? Is now the time just to focus a little bit on Sunday and what are huge football games ahead?
Well, it hasn't interfered with my day-to-day work. Nothing does, to be honest, because that's what it is, my work, and I have to give that 100%. Obviously, the club have made a change with Filippo going and bringing Ross in. I am a believer that the sporting director or the chief football officer, technical director is something that the club needs. And I think it will help the club's progress, both on and off the pitch. So I'm an advocate of that. I had a good relationship with Filippo, and we work very hard to have a good relationship with Ross, and working together on that. So exact rationale around the change, I'm I'm not entirely sure, because like I said, I've been focusing on the players. But like I said, the role I think is an important one for the club from a multidisciplinary point of view in helping the club grow and progress to the club that we want it to be.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
All right, you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Mate, it's going to be 12 months next month since the promotion and the crazy scenes that we saw. You've already had your second backing from the board. It's been a crazy up and down time. What have you learned about yourself, do you think, in this time?
Lots. Yeah, loads. I think it was, however the season was going to go, it was always going to be one of learning for everybody involved. Myself, the club, players, supporters, if you like, the first ones supporting the team in the Premier League, staff. So it was always going to be a year of new experiences, and we've tried to embrace that, the good and the bad, as much as we can, and helps you understand what it takes to belong in this league. And of course we're fighting that at the moment. So it's definitely been that. It can't all be about learning. It's about delivery. It's about getting results, getting performances, but results in the short term. And we're just really determined to do that. As I said before, the objective hasn't changed. Has it got a bit more difficult? Yes, because of recent results. But the objective still hasn't changed. So we've got to stay committed to trying to reach them objectives. And it's one we're all motivated and determined to do. And what we have to do is do more than what we've done previously, even when we've been going better than what we've been going recently. Now's the time, with sort of, I don't know if the end is in sight, but certainly you're getting to the latter stage of the season where there is more scrutiny, there is more pressure wherever you are in the league. There's more context to games, and we've got to try and thrive in these situations and really stay positive, but knowing that we've got to deliver.
Is it becoming clearer, the fewer games that you've got, and you know how many points you can amass? Does it actually become easier when you can see that now?
Honestly, I am only looking at our next game and result. Because I think that you can assume lots of things and they never come to reality. Of course, the less games there is, the more sort of watered down things may be, or narrowed down, I should say. But if we're thinking too much about that, we're not 100% thinking about Man United on Sunday. And at this moment in time, that's the only thing that matters, is the preparation, the team, the culture, for trying to be at our best in what's going to be an incredibly tough game, but a game at the City Ground that we're really looking forward to.
I know you've been on lots of coaching courses, home and abroad. Have you come across Erik Ten Haag before? You met him?
Yeah, we played him 3 times this year, so we tend to say hello.
But do you have a working relationship with him?
No, I can't say I do. No, I mean, we always obviously shake hands before and after, and I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for every manager at every level, because it's a unique role, I can assure you. But no, nothing further than going up against him on a match day.
Okay, you've got your injury problems. Looking at last night, they're going to have their injury problems looking at this weekend. What are you asking from the fans, from your players, come Sunday?
The fans have been incredible, and the support has been integral to anything positive that has happened this season, including after, say, a poor result and a poor performance. The support that they've given us, which is not easy for them at times, has helped us to move forward. So they just need to continue. It's us, the players, myself, that need to give them more, and we really want to try and match, their performances, if you like, because when we do that, then especially at home, we're a difficult opponent. So it's on us to as I said, deliver, to perform well, to win, because we know that supporters are really, really with us, and we're grateful to that. But at the same time, I repeat, it's on us to make sure that we give them something to be proud of.
Good luck.
You too. Cheers. Thank you.
Hi Steve.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just a few follow-ups from me, of course, mentioned about Ross Wilson coming. Have you had the chance to speak to him yet? Have you met him?
Yeah, no, he started yesterday. Yeah, he's straight in, and obviously he's doing his introductions at the moment, and getting his bearings and surroundings, and trying to put names and to staff members, etc. So it's a big operation now, a football club and every department. So yeah, the normal sort of first days, if you like. But yeah, obviously he's got a lot to look at, and that will sort of take fruition over the course of time. But I mean, I do know him previously. We've met and spoke quite a few times, so it wasn't a completely brand new introduction for us both. But yeah, obviously myself and the team is of big interest to him, but there's lots of other things as well.
What is that working relationship you've had with him so far? When was it that you guys have met in the past?
Only on normal football circles, sometimes on some courses at the FA, and in and around the game, really, matches or training grounds and things like that. Yeah.
And looking ahead to Man United on Sunday, what are you expecting from the clash? What will your team need to do well to get a result? Well,
of course, you're playing Man United, and it's full of incredible players, and that's that whatever team you play against, we've seen it in 2 cup games and a league game already. You're going to come up against a really difficult opponent. Stating the obvious a little bit by saying that, and with that in mind, we've got to first of all back ourselves to do well in the game, believe in the plan that we put in place, and give everything we can, to play well. We've got to go in there with a real positivity, a real, like I said, concentration on what we feel it takes to win, and let's see. We're at home. It's Sunday afternoon. It's a game that on a Sunday that the whole world watches because of the timing of it, and not only do we want to give everything to put on a good performance, we want to give even more to get the right result, and we're just really determined to do that.
Just finally, you mentioned that the fans have been incredible, and that the players need to give a bit more to match that. What is it that
everything? It's even I look at the times where we have won games this year and we have played really well. Even that's not enough. We've got to give more. We are. I don't just mean in a situation because results haven't been great. I just mean in a situation at this time of the season where the stakes feel like they're higher, and like I said before to your colleagues, the context is bigger because there's less games to play, and whatever we've given so far, like I said, even on the good days, is not enough. We've got to give more. But what I can say is that there's such a determination and a motivation to do that, and like I said, personally, even though I feel it as much as anybody else when we don't get the result that we want, I can't think where I've ever been so motivated to succeed, and I'm sort of feeling that from the players as well, and I think that will be helpful to any success that we have.
And yeah, I was going to say, but with what's at stake and this end of the season, you really find out which players have got the character to stand up and be counted, don't you?
It's not just about finding out; it's about living and breathing it. This is a time of the season for real leadership, real strong characters, real belief, real quality. Decision making, decisive moments, both ends of the pitch. We've got to really stand up and I say stand up, be counted in terms of rolling your sleeves. Of course, we have to do that, but we have to stand up and be counted with how we play and the risks that we take and the creativity that we play with, the concentration with the out possession game, and that's what it's going to take. But like I repeat, we are so motivated to do well, and for me, that's really important.